Now, let's talk about what's good about the community, because Central Valley Talk celebrates what's good about our community. And we're going to talk about the subject of adult education with my good friend Sherri Watkins with State Center Education Consortium.
It's actually State Center Adult Education
Adult
Consortium.
because it's adults. Now, adults, I'm in my 50s. I just went and took some classes. Does that cover the range?
You certainly can, yes.
And people who, I have had workers who work for me who were lacking in some skills, and I'd say, why don't you go find a place to get a class on that? Is that the kind of stuff you would cover?
Exactly. The consortium is made up of 14 adult schools within the State Center Community College district boundaries. We also include Dinuba Adult School, but they're actually in Tulare County.
Yeah, just over the line.
Right, just over the line, but they feed into Reedley College. So we have Reedley College, Fresno City College,
Clovis, right?
Clovis Community College,
Madera?
Oakhurst Center, the Madera Center, and then we have all the adult schools that kind of feed into those. So we
Okay.
go as far north as Yosemite and Oakhurst, Madera, I can name them all.
Okay. Okay.
Tawanaki Adult School, Golden Valley Adult School. If I miss anybody, I'm going to hear about
And
it.
the
but,
purpose of
yeah.
the consortium is what?
So the purpose of the consortium is the governor, back in 2008-9, there was a flexibility came in. So where the adult schools or K-12s were able to take in and do what they wanted to with the money that was coming in for adult ed. Some schools were very good to support their adult education programs. Some of them completely closed them.
They got the money. They could do whatever they want.
That's right.
Okay.
So it was not. It didn't go very well. You know, if you notice the whole, we had the whole KC where everybody, the high school exit exam, they could not, people couldn't pass that. So now we have an influx of people who are between the ages of 18 and 24 that have no high school diploma. They have no jobs. So it was kind of maybe not the best direction to go. So now they're finding that there's a real need for adult education. At the time, 2013-14, the governor said, perhaps we should make the community colleges or adult schools part of the community colleges. Well, and that was a big,
Instead of K-12, shipped them up?
right. So that wasn't really the best model. So with legislation changing in the whole entire country, the state is kind of following suit, and actually we're kind of modeling, being a model for everyone, that we bring together everybody to the table, right? And we're starting to integrate our work, create pathways between the adult schools and the community colleges, not just the K-12s. So the adult schools are working with community colleges to better serve students, not duplicate students. We also have to include the workforce development boards, so we're working closely with the workforce as well.
So part of it is getting the safety net for those students who don't graduate traditional high school.
Well, that, and then there's English language learners.
Oh, yeah.
So it used to be called ESL, but many of the people that come to us from other countries know far more languages than English as a second language. They know multiple languages.
English is their fourth language.
Exactly. So we're trying to help those students as well. We provide career technical education programs that can be pathways. There are many of our adult schools that offer medical programs. There's construction training. There's welding. And as you know, all the baby boomers are retiring. So we need to be geared up to be able to handle that.
So is it degree the goal or the training?
Both.
Okay.
So it depends on what the student wants. Maybe an English language learner only wants to improve their skills to help their children in school. So they need to have that training to do that. But maybe the English language learner also needs to learn a job skill, so they can show their children, hey, we can do this and be successful members of society.
Education works kind of thing.
Right. And the other thing about the English language learner is that a lot of them become with documentation issues, whether they're residents, maybe they're not permanent residents, maybe they're not legal citizens. So the adult schools are beginning to reach out to the community members, to the students, to help them with their citizenship programs and training.
Get on the track
Right.
to citizenship, and having some basic skills can really help, like speaking the language of the community, things like that. Now, interesting, I was just thinking of, well, who needs adult learning? Is when I went to college, there was no such thing as Microsoft Excel, for example,
Right.
and I use that tool more than anything I ever used.
We had
so.
typewriters when we were in school.
We did have typewriter. I didn't want to put you in the same age class as me.
We're close.
We went into the library, and you'd put a quarter in the typewriter, and you typed for 20 minutes.
Yes.
That's how we
Yes.
typed our papers. So, now, who should be I mean, what's your audience here today of our viewers? Who are you looking to talk
Well,
to?
number one, students. We want students to know that we're out there. A lot of people think, oh, the adult school that's close to my house, it closed. Well, the adult schools are up and running again, and the adult school people are there to help you. And the nice thing about adult schools is it gets the students in their communities, where they're comfortable. So the students will go to the elementary school, perhaps where their children go to school, and take an English class there.
Okay. So somebody watching, they say, well, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know where to start. Where should they start?
Well, a good place is to start on our website, which is the www.adultedconnect.org.
adultedconnect.org.
And then if you go under the tab that says members, you can pull up all of the adult schools and the community colleges that are part of us.
Okay.
The other part is we are also trying to help serve the jail population, the Fresno County Jail. When those students are released, we're trying to provide them services. And we also have a Valley ROP and Fresno ROP, the regional occupational programs that help provide the career technical education programs that feed into the adult schools or the colleges.
Now, if somebody went to that website, Adult
Ed Connect.
adultedconnect.org, and they went to members and clicked on it, would the average person be surprised at how many places?
I think so.
There's a lot,
we have
huh?
14 adult schools that are in
Wow.
our consortium.
Okay.
And the best thing about the consortium is that it brings all these people together. And it makes us have the conversations and networking. And if you know a student that's at one location that is moving, because we have a lot of migrant farm workers and they move
Right.
wherever the crops are, so we can certainly send them to another location and help them.
Now, let's say maybe another audience might be employers.
It definitely. Employers play a big part in this, because as the educators, we need to know what the employers want in their employees. And if we can better prepare them, then we have a better community.
So an employer who needs a specific skill, they might call you and say, where can I get one of my workers into an adult
Exactly.
education place? So, okay. And who else? Let's see, employers, students?
Community-based organizations are a big part of us, and we are working on reaching out to them, and maybe the adult school that's near them can go into their business and help to start some classes. So we can come to them, depending on the number of students, of course, but we can go to them and just, again, help enhance their employees.
Yeah. And had you not come here today, I wouldn't know that the State Center Adult Education Consortium existed.
Right. You
So
wouldn't.
thank you for coming here and doing that. Anything else you want to tell us about?
Well, there's 70 other consortia in the state, so this isn't just a Fresno thing, Fresno Madera thing. There's 70 other consortia, and it's mandated through AB 104 legislation, and it's ongoing funding. It's the funding is called Adult Education Block Grant, which also gets confused because it says the word grant, which people think it ends, but this is in the general fund and is ongoing.
It'll go on for a long time.
Probably, so inevitably, or I should say historically, adult education was always the one on the chopping block, but now we're here. People say that we're not only at the table, we're on the menu.
Now, you said there's 70-some
70 other consortia.
consortia, and are they all based around the community college district?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the way.
That's
where
how the
money goes.
boundaries were
Okay,
set
very
up.
good. And now you, what's your role there?
I'm the executive director.
Oh, so you run the whole thing.
I do. Well, I have a lot of help, a lot of good help, and I have a wonderful team that we make this happen.
And so I would say the best place to start if you're interested in the consortium is to go to
adultedconnect.org.
adultedconnect.org.
And we have a contact us, and we also have a newsletter that goes out. And we're a growing organization. We've been in existence since 2013-14, and we're growing every step of the way. So
Now, so if there was a family moving from here, following the crops or something going, would you refer them to another consortium?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of why.
And the website for the estate is it's from the Community College Chancellor's Office and joint venture with the CDE, the California Department of Education, has a website, and there it shows the history of all of this and the best practices and what's happening in the community. And there's also a link to consortia throughout the state, so whatever area that you're moving to, you can click on that area and it'll give you a list of all the schools that you could attend.
It's a great resource.
It is, for sure.
And it used to be you just search around for the closest or the best or the nearest,
Right,
and now there's
right.
a lot more organization.
And sometimes, too, people would search and they're closed. So then, one door shut. And so we're really trying hard to provide more services, better service, consistent service for
Very
everybody.
good. Anything else we need to add?
No, I don't think so.
We've learned
Yeah.
a lot today about the State Center Adult Education Consortium, and the Executive Director, Sherri Watkins. Thank you so much. And why don't you come back every couple months or every month or so, and we'll get an update from you.
Sounds great. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.